During the defamation trial a few months ago against Summer Bushnell and during jury selection, the judge first asked the potential jurors two questions which I believe deserve some attention. This is the first question.
Do any of you have a religious or moral position that would make it impossible to render judgment in this case? Number 15, number 16, 20.
You may have heard the judge softly identify three individuals who raised their hand. As there were 12 jurors, these three represented a quarter of the jury. My wife believes these were good, godly people. The question the judge asked was, do any of you have a religious or moral position that would make it impossible to render a judgment in this case? Now I'll ask a question, and remember, this case concerns an event at a drag show which took place in a public park. Suppose all 12 jurors raised their hand. Would the court simply dismiss them and bring in another 12 jurors? And now suppose that all 12 of the new jurors also raise their hand. Would we simply dismiss them again and get another 12? Now on the third time, suppose 9 of them raise their hand and 3 do not. Would the court dismiss the 9 but let the other 3 move forward and repeat? My question is, supposing we did this, why would it be wrong? Wouldn't it be wrong because it would seem to indicate that the community recognized that there was something obviously wrong with trying to proceed to obtain a judgment against the defendant? Wouldn't it amount to stacking the jury with people who would only find in judgment against the defendant? Wouldn't it prevent the defendant from having a jury of their peers, as it would eliminate those who presumably share the same opinion? And now if you recognize that it would be wrong to do this, why would it be right when it's a quarter of the jury on the first round? Remember, this case concerns a drag show at a public park, an issue for which there is a sharp divide within the community and no consensus, not only about the moral issue, but as the defendant raised also, about a legal question. There's not a consensus. Are we saying that only non-religious and morally flexible people who will, at the onset, affirm their willingness to pass a judgment in condemnation in this specific case should be allowed on the jury? Now, I'm sure there will be those right now who will be thinking to themselves, I understand what this question was trying to do. To those people, I would say, it's one thing to recognize what something was ostensibly intended to do. It's another thing to recognize what it did. I hope you'll pray for us, but I also hope you'll act. If you understand the issue, you can support me and the defendant at thelordredeems.com. This is my mission, and I could use your support. I'll put a link in the description. It should be helpful for all sides if knowledge of this spreads beyond this local community, so please like and share this, so what's happening here can reach more people. Also, please follow me. I'd also like to build a coalition if you know those who support causes like this. Maybe consider reaching out to them or to us. There was also a second question the judge asked, which is arguably even more profound than the first. That will be coming up in the next video. You can keep an eye out for it. Remember, a quarter of the original set of jurors raised their hands. My name is John Bushnell for The Lord Redeems. Thank you.